Laura Matsuda, one of the many memorable busty babes who helped make up the universe of awesome Street Fighter characters. For many years, Blanka had been Brazil's main representative in the famous franchise. But in the mid-2010s, Capcom would approach their Brazilian division to help them create a more authentic Brazilian fighter for the game. It appears that their answer to such a request would be rather based indeed, as we would end up getting Big Mummy Matsuda. Brazilian or not, many fans the world over would appreciate her excellent character design, which is exactly why I feel that her fighting game legacy is worth celebrating today. So holding such thoughts, hello ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy Top Hat here. This is the alluring story of Laura Matsuda, the authentically Brazilian Street Fighter. Yeah. From February 2008, an old interview can be found between Street Fighter 4 producer Yoshinori Ono and a Brazilian journalist. The journalist mentions that since Street Fighter is so popular in the country, can Ono leave a message for the fans there, only for his answer to take a weird twist. Rather than thanking the fans for their support, Ono said he would like to apologise to them. He goes on to state that Blanka seems like a strange character and he doesn't want any Brazilians to feel uncomfortable. Continuing this almost unnecessary tangent, he adds that when Blanka was designed, they knew there were forests in Brazil, so thought he could look like that. Ono in this interview in fact goes as far to say that he was a little nervous knowing he would meet Brazilian journalists, before laughing sheepishly. With regards to Street Fighter 4 itself, Ono comments it is the first Street Fighter in 10 years, so we would like all fans to play, including Brazilians, of which there are many. Sounding just seemingly confused for this apology that came completely out of the blue, the journalist thanks him regardless, but assures him that Brazil loves Blanka. Clearly, at least one person at some point in history must have kicked off about Blanka for Ono to deem it a necessary controversy to address. However, it's difficult to find traces of any Brazilians online complaining about him. Still, you would imagine there must have been some sort of grounds for this, as in 2015, Capcom would work with staff members in Brazil in a quest to create better representation than everyone's favourite hairy green monster. While Capcom hoped to reveal such a fighter at the Brazil game show, unfortunately for them, leaks meant that news of Laura would arrive on the internet earlier than what had been anticipated, which would result in Capcom choosing to have a little bit of fun. Jogorama.com would report that on the opening day of BGS, a press conference took place at the PlayStation booth to unveil Street Fighter V's latest edition. Despite the fact that Laura had been widely anticipated due to leaks including a premature trailer, the atmosphere remained electric. Attendees were still eager to witness the official announcement and discover any other exciting PlayStation updates. The event even included a sealed statue that everyone suspected to be Laura. Yoshinori Ono would charismatically enter the stage wearing a Blanka t-shirt, announcing the arrival of a Brazilian character in Street Fighter V. He would trollishly acknowledge that he was aware the internet had glimpsed some imagery they weren't supposed to, but assured those in attendance that he would proceed with the announcement, all the while feigning surprise. After teasing both Blanka and Sean to be coming to Street Fighter V, he would show a mock-up of a new lady version of Blanka called Blana, and then try and run with the fact that she was the new character that the team had come up with for the game. Ono, however, only kept up this hilarity for so long before admitting that the real new character was indeed Laura Matsuda, revealing that her statue had indeed been hidden under the sheet for the entire time. Working alongside Capcom Brazil, it is said that several of Laura's designs placed a strong emphasis on her sensuality, especially focusing on her rear. However, the Brazilian team advised against going for a full thong look. The idea of her harnessing electricity was partly a playful nod to the fact that Blanka, a character from Brazil like her, also possessed this ability, which is amusing really considering that Capcom initially created her as a more realistic Brazilian representative. Laura possesses a spirited and vivacious outlook on life, relishing excitement. She harbours a strong inclination to uphold her family's martial art tradition and is the older sister of Street Fighter III Sean. Taking pleasure in offering guidance to others, her in-game interactions suggest she is exceptionally approachable. Regularly displaying protective instincts towards her younger brother, Laura can be seen to care a great deal about her family. For example, she initially misinterpreted Ken's intentions as a threat to Sean before clarifications were made, something we will touch more on when we get to discussing more about her story. Laura possesses a fair complexion, characterised by her light tanned skin. Her hair, flowing long and ebony, is styled asymmetrically. The right side falls loosely while the left side begins as cornrow braids, eventually merging with the rest of her hair at the back. Complementing her striking hair, she boasts captivating light brown eyes and a curvaceous figure. Her attire exudes vibrancy and martial prowess, featuring a vivid green sleeveless martial art gi adorned with eye-catching yellow accents. This gi is cinched at the centre with a tie, and it pairs harmoniously with her matching bright green martial arts pants, also embellished with yellow linings. Around her waist, a black belt is securely fastened, its central design resembling a bright green thong. To protect her legs, Laura dons black shin guards beneath her pants, allowing her to perform with agility on her bare feet. Laura's eclectic sense of style extends to her wrists, where she adorns herself with an assortment of multicoloured bracelets. The colour palette of her ensemble artfully mirrors the vibrant hues of the Brazilian flag. Notably, among the playable female characters, Laura sports one of the more daring and revealing costumes. In combat, Laura takes advantage of a type of fighting similar to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, however it is stylized to become known as Matsuda Jiu-Jitsu, taking her family name. Laura incorporates a blend of martial techniques into her fighting style, seamlessly transitioning between grappling maneuvers and powerful throws. She also harnesses electricity akin to Blanka. Laura's diverse arsenal includes unique special attacks such as seizing her adversary and snapping their leg or forcefully slamming them to the ground, resulting in a broken arm. For her awe-inspiring critical art, the Inazuma spin hold, Laura engages her opponent with a mesmerising tornado-like aerial grapple, forcefully driving them into the ground, as she whirls her opponent in a spectacular electric display resembling Blanka's initial Ultra combo from Street Fighter 4. She concludes the electrifying spectacle with a triumphant headlock to secure victory. Laura's backstory suggests that along with her younger brother Sean and older brother Fabio, that although from Brazil, their family tree traces back to Japan, with their father Yoshinori Matsuda bearing Japanese roots, hence the distinctive surname. Yuichiro in turn tied the knot with Brenda, and together they brought 3 children into the world. In the realm of martial arts, Laura received her training from none other than her grandfather Kinjiro, who passed down the family's cherished tradition of Matsuda Jiu-Jitsu. However, as fate would have it, Sean eventually embarked on a journey to become the apprentice and pupil of Ken Masters. This decision left Laura as the rightful heir to their family's martial art, ensuring its continuation and preservation. Debuting in Street Fighter V, we would get to learn more about this fighter's life through her character story. As the heir to the Matsuda Jiu-Jitsu style, Laura actively seeks out formidable opponents to both showcase and advance her fighting technique. Before embarking on her quest to find strong fighters, she playfully embraces and jests with Sean. Along her journey, Laura crosses paths with Birdie and makes him an offer, a complimentary meal in exchange for a friendly bout. After their match, she inquires whether Birdie knows of any other powerful fighters, and he points her in the direction of Karen. Following a heated battle with Karen, Laura continues her search for formidable challengers. Inquiring once more, Karen introduces her to Ryu. After an intense clash with the Wandering Warrior, Ryu imparts wisdom about the enigmatic Satsui no Hado. Later in her adventures, Laura encounters and engages in a fierce showdown with Zangief, who generously gifts her tickets to a wrestling scouting event. In a notable moment within Armika's character story, Laura finds herself in a wrestling match against Armika, with Zangief observing their contest. Before their bout with Armika can be interrupted, Laura cheerfully acknowledges that she possesses greater toughness than she initially realised. But this is all of course only part of her adventures in Street Fighter V, as she would also play a role in the all-encompassing big story that involves many of the game's playable characters. In this primary narrative, known as A Shadow Falls, Laura joins forces with Alex in a tag team wrestling match against both Zangief and Armika. In this, we see her take hold of the ring announcer's megaphone to announce to the audience that their tag team showdown is about to unfold as an epic spectacle. Laura, Zangief and Armika rally the crowd with cheers, while Alex simply shrugs in response. However, their match is abruptly postponed due to a blackout caused by one of the 7 moons, which has been created by Shadaloo, a super weapon designed to spread fear and concentrate M. Bison's psycho power. Due to this turn of events, it is soon revealed that Laura is in possession of one of the chess pieces, keys that are needed to control the Black Moons. Sean mentions this and nearly falls into the hands of Fang and his Shadaloo soldiers, but is rescued by Ken. Laura arrives on the scene to find Ken, Cammy, Chun-Li and Sean. Laura manages to put her brother in a playful headlock, leading Laura to mistakenly viewing Ken as an adversary. She initially tries to seize the chess pieces, believing Ken was associated with the Shadaloo soldiers who had attacked them. However, Sean clarifies the situation, explaining that they had defeated the Shadaloo soldiers together. Laura then offers a deal to Ken. She will share her chess piece with their group, provided Ken includes Matsuda Jiu-Jitsu as part of his online karate offerings. Ken agrees to the proposal and Laura eagerly join their ranks, all united in their mission to thwart Shadaloo. While beyond here, Laura doesn't tend to really play a major part in this story. She is involved in the Goodies' climactic assault against Shadaloo. This Brazilian woman is last seen alongside other combatants bravely defending against Shadaloo soldiers and the dolls, with Ryu ultimately being the one who takes out M. Bison. While initially created as a so-called more realistic representation for Brazil, it was only a matter of time until everyone's favourite green Brazilian rejoined the ranks of the game too, leading to Laura showing up as part of Blanka's character story. As for this narrative, it is said to occur after everything we have just mentioned. Laura stumbles upon Blanka, who is sitting in the middle of the street, completely engrossed in his collection of Blanka-chan dolls. Silly plushies the monster makes for a living, destroying his reputation as a terrifying monster. I guess Street Fighter character assassinated this man in the same way WWE did at many points with Kane. Stumbling across this absurdity, Laura can't quite fathom what Blanka was up to and accidentally crushes one of the Blanka-chan dolls underfoot. She ends up scolding him for obstructing everyone's path, with this unintentional confrontation igniting a clash, resulting in Blanka emerging victorious. You got to love the classic characters, I guess, no matter how bastardized they've become. With a good-natured chuckle, Laura extended her apologies for her carelessness in damaging the Blanka-chan dolls. As Blanka elaborated on how he had been led to believe that he could become popular with his doll line, but had ended up with an excess of stock. Laura and Sean reached consensus that the manufacturer had swindled Blanka. Together they hatched a plan for Blanka to sell the plushies in Japan, with Laura confidently asserting that the Japanese market would embrace them. Laura even provided Blanka with the funds necessary for him to journey to Japan and pursue their new business venture. For those who want to play with Laura like a virtual Brazilian Barbie doll, more costumes are available for you to dress her in. In Street Fighter V, her second alternative attire she sports is a vibrant ensemble, featuring a yellow jiu-jitsu gi jacket adorned with sleek black accents. Beneath this, she dons a striking black bikini top, but for men of culture out there, she of course has her premium swimsuit costume. As of yet, Laura Matsuda has yet to be announced for Street Fighter VI, but considering she is one of the most popular newcomers from the 5th iteration in the series, I certainly wouldn't rule her out becoming DLC down the line, even though personally, I prefer to see her brother return to the roster first.
Sexist!
Laura Matsuda is a striking character with an electrifying design and combat style, and although I don't think anyone can claim she has come close to topping Blanka in popularity, I think most of us can agree she is a fantastic addition to the franchise. Anyway, if you enjoyed this one, you might like my video from last week on Sea Viper. Cheerio!